Who wanted to give a senator? You get money, you want a senator and get money? But the man I got wait for it. I went for it. Yeah, I knew I said that we were saying, so now you say, okay, say you go there. I mean, you bring on the money, you bring on the money. I can get that too, my brother. Yeah, you bring on the money, you bring on the money. Hey, you bring that let them go pay. The issue, how much money you say, guy, in the bank? What the records are gentlemen, I was looking for this money. Who's the lawyer? Look, I'm hearing us in this market because of this. And when this problem is going on, no one of you can take the role and say, look, you have to meet the lawyer. They put the benefit work, then go see the lawyer, and you're talking to the lawyer while they're working after it's for us. But when it comes, people can put them on account. What do you mean on the wall for descendants and business? When I say they want, so anyway,
it is time to talk, bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry say,
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk, bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk, bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry say,
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk, bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk, bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry say,
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk, bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk, bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry say,
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk, bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, Seku Sherry coming to talk. Information and education. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, Seku Sherry coming to talk. Good information, document and education. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry say,
Farila.
Segun shall be coming to
Ọmọdé tó Farila.
Segun shall be coming to
Ṣẹ́gun ṣẹ́rí ṣe.
Labira lẹ́nu bàbá Labira. Kéré tako kan. Bringing tako rẹ̀ ìṣù. Bọ̀dá gbọ́dọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀tàn. Segun shall be coming.
Ọmọ Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Segun Sherry coming to talk.
Segun shall be say.
Liberia,
lẹ́sìn lọ bọ́dọ̀ Labira. Kéré tako kan.
bringing sense.
Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Segun Sherry.
Segun shall be coming to talk.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Segun Sherry coming to talk.
Segun shall be say. Labira lẹ́sìn lọ bọ́dọ̀ Labira. Kéré tako kan.
Bringing sense.
Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Segun Sherry.
Segun shall be coming to talk.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Segun Sherry coming to talk.
Segun shall be say. Labira lẹ́sìn lọ bọ́dọ̀ Labira. Kéré tako kan.
Bringing sense.
Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Segun Sherry.
Segun shall be coming to talk.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Segun Sherry coming to talk.
Segun shall be say. Labira lẹ́sìn lọ bọ́dọ̀ Labira. Kéré tako kan. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Segun Sherry.
Segun shall be coming to talk.
Liberia, Segun Sherry coming to talk. Entertainment for information and education. Segun Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, Segun Sherry coming to talk. Good information. Information, entertainment and education. Segun Sherry coming to talk.
Segun shall be say. Labira lẹ́sìn lọ bọ́dọ̀ Labira. Kéré tako kan. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Segun Sherry.
Segun shall be coming to talk.
Ọmọdé tó Farila. Liberia.
Segun shall be coming to talk.
Ọmọdé tó Farila.
Segun shall be coming to talk.
Ọmọdé tó Farila.
Segun shall be coming to talk.
Segun Sherry ṣe.
Labira lẹ́sìn lọ bọ́dọ̀ Labira. Kéré tako kan. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Segun Sherry.
Segun shall be coming.
For Liberia, it is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk.
Sekou Sherry say,
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia.
it is time to talk.
Bringing sense
To the issue for better discussion.
Sekou Sherry
Coming to talk.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk.
Sekou Sherry say,
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia.
it is time to talk.
Bringing sense
To the issue for better discussion.
Sekou Sherry
Coming to talk.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to
Sekou Sherry say,
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia.
it is time to talk.
Bringing sense
To the issue for better discussion.
Sekou Sherry.
Sekou Sherry coming to talk.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to
Sekou Sherry say,
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia.
And indeed, it is time to talk. It is time to bring about the issues confronting Liberians. It is time to talk about the good things. It is time to talk about the bad things. It is time to give you the opportunity so that your voices can be heard on critical national issues. Today is Friday. Good evening and welcome to the program Issues of Today, right here on Voice of Liberia 104.1. This is where we converse to talk about all of the issues in Liberia. And what's a great way to be back here on the People's Program, Issues of Today, right here on Voice of Liberia 104.1. What is a great way to be back? And tomorrow is Saturday. And we've got too many things to do. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining us on a daily basis as we discuss the issues that matter. And you know, the university boss will always say, I'm delighted.
From Monday to Friday, Liberia.
Sekou Sherry coming to talk.
From Monday to Friday, Liberia.
Sekou Sherry coming to talk.
From Monday to Friday, Liberia.
I'm delighted. Good evening, Liberians. In and out of Liberia. In and out of Liberia. It is time to talk. And someone said, if I'm no longer around, what you gonna remember me about and what you gonna remember me for? You're gonna remember me for either the good things or the bad things or anything you think you can remember me of. Life is a journey. No matter how difficult it is, no matter the difficulties we've got to face in life, there's one thing we need to do for ourselves. Let us put faith in Allah and give all to Allah. No matter the problems we face today, God has a solution to all the problems. There were others that had problems than we do. They were solved. So no matter how ours could be today, they will be solved. And so I want to encourage you tonight, whatsoever you're going through, whatsoever you've got to be faced with, keep the hope, and keep the faith, and keep moving, and say thank you to Allah, thank you to Jesus, thank you to whosoever you believe in your religion. Do what is the best. Good evening, Liberians. Welcome to the show, Issues of Today, here on Voice of Liberia. I want to use this time to say thank you and welcome. We are back here. Today is Friday, and today happens to be the 16th of December. We enter in the new year small. Few days from now, we will be into the new year, and so we will run into the new year. So it's something that very important. But too many things happening. Let me just update you about what's happening. On tomorrow, then that's LPDP will be having their convention in Bomi County. LPDP will be having a convention in Bomi County. The party in which the political leader is former Speaker Alex Tyler. That will be taking place. A good friend of mine is going to be contesting for one of the positions there in person of Honorable Napoleon Ducle. And you have my support, sir. And I wish you all the best. Yeah. They say if you want to know a man, give him a power. Oh, yes. And so the convention will be on tomorrow. We're hoping that we can the frequency is 104.1 James Daba is 104.1. That's the frequency, right? And so LPDP will be having a convention. That means they will be electing new code of officers. Some people will not remain in their positions. And you have all lots of things that will be happening in Bomi County. And we're going to do all we can to cover that entire thing. Masola will be going Bomi tomorrow. The scary Masola. Mafila has joined too. You know, we got two people here that names are Masola Family and Mafila Kamara. And I want to tell you about it. You know, today is Friday, and is a time for us to flex out a little bit. So LPDP will be having a convention on tomorrow in Bomi County, and we're going to be following that very closely. We're making arrangement to carry the entire convention live. If that is confirmed and accepted, we will tell you, say, all the bits and pieces, informations, you will get them right here on Voice of Liberia. Let me tell some of you something. We have the best OSA broadcast equipment in the country. We can broadcast from any part of Liberia. We will be live on the radio, as if to say you in the main studios of Voice of Liberia. That's how sophisticated the broadcast equipment we've got. So for those of you having your programs and wanting a quality, you don't want to go take film where you see people taking film to go do something. No, you want something that is very crystal clear. Our witnesses are ANC and that of CDC. They will tell you how our OB correct. Because the two institutions, they've continued to use our OSA broadcast equipment, and we want to say thank you to them. Our doors are open to all political parties, all institutions to do business, right? So before we go, let me give you this information. If you are in search of the best internet service in our country, I want to recommend to you Telecel. Telecel is the best internet service currently in the country, and they are very affordable, and they work 24 hours, and they give you all it takes. They have a lot of good packages. We want to encourage you. For those of you, maybe you're thinking as to where to get the best internet. You don't want to get internet where it will be breaking, where you put the thing is breaking. It may be in the simple library English. You want an internet where you can have your entire program or whatsoever. You have it very crystal clear, and a very good internet, I want to recommend to you your problems. They've got solution. Recommending to you um, Telecel. Telecel is the best internet service now in the country, and you can get them very easy. As we take this break, you will get the detailed information about Telecel. We're taking this break to be right back, and so you can get the detailed information about Telecel, Liberia's best internet institution in the country.
Are you tired with slow internet? Do you want super fast and affordable internet? Telecel Liberia is here to provide all your internet service needs. The internet is moving at a fast pace, and only super fast internet speed can help you keep up. At Telecel, our internet packages are divided into distinct categories: Mega, Optimal, Premium, Elite, and Big Business that suits kids, universities, schools, hotels, beaches, homes, offices, urban areas, and much more. Anything is possible with Telecel Liberia. Get your own streaming box for Netflix, Amazon Prime, Showmax, and more. At Telecel, our amazing 24-hour customer service is there to help you with all your needs. Telecel Liberia, super fast speed, 24 hours technical support team, the best broadband and fiber optic internet service in Liberia. For more information, please call 0770-399-399 or 0881-399-399. Or stop by our office on 3rd Street, Syncor, opposite the Carter Center and GLZ building. Visit our website, telecelliberia.com. Email us at info@telecelliberia.com. Telecel Liberia, the best internet service provider, is here for you. Telecel Liberia, connecting the unconnected.
And indeed, we are a living testimony to what Telecel says about the strongest, the best internet service in Liberia. We encourage you to do business with them, because if you do, trust me, you will have no reason to regret, because they are the best in the country. Okay, here we are tonight on the program. For those of you, you need to get glued to your radio, because tonight's edition going to be very firing, both on the government of Liberia and also on the opposition. And we're going to start with the show on the back of the government. This morning at 8 to 9 tonight, we will take our time on this entire ANC and the rally, as the rally will take place on tomorrow. On today, the political leader in person of Alexander Cummings had a press conference. And we took two of the major speakers. One is Louis Brown. Another person is Mr. Alexander Cummings, the political leader of the Alternative National Congress. And folks, we will go into that. You don't want to miss our analysis and our firing points. Let me tell you something. You politicians, we will speak truth to every one of you, in government, out of government. When you want to convince the Liberian people and want to use the condition of the Liberian people to show your political strength or to whatsoever, we will be here to checkmate you and correct the contradictions in the interest of the Liberian people. This morning, I want to say thank you to our guys that presented the early morning program. And I got to understand, we've been saying this, about this whole quasi-census currently taking place in Liberia, that I'm told they said it will be ending on tomorrow. And for those of you that listen, you listen to our correspondence from 3 of the counties. And the 3 counties are some of the populated counties in Liberia. 1 is Bon County, 2 is Margibi, 3 is Grand Bassam. The 3 counties that we were able to speak to this morning about the quasi census that is currently taking place in Liberia. And we got to understand up to present, there are still people that have not been reached, that have not been counted. There's been no record of them in this entire quasi census. Yes. But we hearing say the people say the census will be ending tomorrow. Now you see what when you put incompetent people to do competence job, that's the end result you will get. I said this thing over and again. The foundation of this entire census was being destroyed by the folks that were there that caused us to be where we are today. No matter what we do, we fell flat. Yes. There's no way. And it is very, it's not possible, impossible to say to you that we having serious census. The whole census thing is a lie. No seriousness in it. It is because of the way in which the census was being carried out by the incompetent people that were asked to carry out this census thing because of personal interest. We still have the LSCC report that indicted Lawrence George, and Lawrence George is still, he's the acting head of that institution. What do you expect to get from out of that institution? And now the vice president of the country has turned to be the new spokesperson for them, because she's been on the state radio talking about the fruitfulness of the census. And that brings about total disappointment to the vice president's statement as it relates to that thing. Let me tell you where the people started to blunder. And you know, someone said that God beat them so. You look at the census thing that is very important. Donors put their money, including the country put their money. You took, what's the lady name? I know, the cultural ambassador, Judy Annie. And this is the mentality of we Liberians who need to desist from. We think that Monrovia is Liberia. You give this woman thousands of dollars at a little time to do awareness. How many counties did she visit to educate the people? How many counties? You know, sometimes these people are to be answerable to us. These are some of the things that hurt. You cannot take the taxpayers' money with donors' monies and leverage it and think that we are stupid in this country. And this is what some of the folks in government do to us. But now, you should be accounting for all the resources about this latest thing. You have multiple radio stations in this country. How many messages went out? And this is what about the government and the people in the government. No matter what you do, no matter how you think about it, there are certain individuals in the media, there are certain media institutions you cannot work without. You like it or not. I'm not disrespecting ELBC, but how many people believe in what ELBC says to them? They know it's a government, it's a pro-government institution. Why would ELBC say negative about anything? ELBC will not say anything. And so You go to EIBC, you just sit down there, then you took thousands of dollars and give it to Julie Annie and say, oh, she's creating awareness. You know why they can do these things? It's because when they squandered, they use that thing as a cover up to say, oh, we hired this institution to do XYZ and everything. So Monrovia, that Liberia, that only Monrovia, they did the census. How many counties did Julie Annie go to? Even the Monrovia, she did not even look at the thing that people can be doing to us. Julie Annie just said in Monrovia, yeah, and do something they think say, oh, it gone across the country and make the journalists think say, oh yeah, we did awareness and everything. What such a wickedness is that? What such a wickedness is that? So at the end of the day, we will not get any serious results. It will just be by false results that they will give us. The whole results thing they will be doing, it is not factual. There were people that were not counted. Up to present, they've not been counted. And there are yesterday other people that have complained about their salaries or their payments that they had to receive. They have not received their payments, so they cannot get the reports out to the Legis officials because Legis is indebted to them. And they are right. People can work, then you don't pay them, even though you get the money. This is the problem about us. This is our problem. So now we don't know how many persons they have given figure because they need to give figure. Oh yes, they just giving figure. All the things that people saying, folks, don't believe it. All the sense of things, don't believe it. I'm being honest with you. It is self-proclaimed numbers. Numbers that they themselves are manufacturing and say, oh yeah, they want that, this one, that, this one. I challenge Legis to give us the authentic statistics about the census. I challenge them. So let the Liberian people all see and know, say, yeah, this is how, let's go, let's see the data and let's understand this is how this person was being counted. This is it. This is that amounted to this figure that we call and say, that the total figure here, that the total day, that they blah, blah, blah. Even in Monrovia, they did not even count all the people. Then what about other counties, far to reach areas? The whole thing that Vlad, a fiasco. The government blunder on the one again. Oh yes, the government blunder on this again. The whole census thing. And this could determine. Okay, so by 7, my producer just informed me we were joining the folks. We were joining some of our correspondents, and you will listen to them, and they will tell you. We're hoping to get our guy from Nimba. We're hoping to get our guy from Bapalu, Mangibi, Maryland. So you listen to them. You hear them about the census in their counties. Good months rather not even finish you. But that's what happens when you have an incompetent person to do a competent job. Somebody that is hell is filled with corruption, that all he wants to do is to steal at the detriment of the Liberian people, including the current Lawrence George, that is the acting head of Legis. They did investigation. They say all the people were caught in corruption. Then you take out all the other people. Then you lead the same man that his name is involved into this thing, as if to say there is no qualified or competent Liberian to do that job. But this too is Liberia. We'll talk more about it when our local correspondents join us. Fellow Liberians, at times, maybe when we say things on this radio, some of you, I know huge number of you believe it. Some of you, at times, you think otherwise about it. But how many of you remembered when I reported and I read the message directly to Samuel Twe for one of the guys from the MCC? In that message, it was clear that Liberia could not be qualified for compact. Compact, it is, when you qualify for compact, it means you're going to get grant. I said Liberia will not be qualified for compact. And I'll read that message again directly to Minister Twe and the person that sent that message. And it was a time when the government and Minister Twe, they were passing to all radio stations, making it to look like Liberia has done well. So the next thing is Liberia is pushing for the compact. But that is not the case. That is not the case. And that was not the case. And we came out to let the Liberian people know, even though the government of Liberia passed the scorecard of MCC, with what we have in our possession, it has justified that Liberia as a country will not be qualified for the compact because she did not do well in past compact scorecards. We said it. How many of you remember? So I'm saying this to say when we say things, we don't say them because we want to say them. We speak with facts, and these things will come to reality at a time. This is it. Let me read you this communication again for those of you just joining us from Mark. Mark is one of the persons from MCC or whatsoever. And he sent this message to Minister Samuel D. Twe before the mean date. Before the mean date. Before the mean date of the release of the MCC scorecard. There's the message that is sent to Minister Twe. And you see, sometimes our leaders cannot be honest to us. Minister Twe was informed that Liberia would not be, but he did not do the honest thing to have said this to Liberians when he appeared on all the radio stations, even though they were relayed. This is what they wrote him. They said, Honorable Minister Twe, I regret that in my haste yesterday to spread the good news, I thought I had messaged you first, but I end up skipping. Liberia has passed its MCC scorecard and is therefore eligible to be considered for a compact. Congratulations. The scorecard is attached. Please keep this out of the public circulation until the scorecards are published on the MCC website, which is scheduled for tomorrow, November 3. That was in November. And Minister Twe received this message on November 2. You understand me? While this is great news, I also want to caution that it does not mean that Liberia will receive a compact. There are a total of 66 eligible countries this year, and typically only a small handful get selected for compact. In selecting countries as eligible for a subsequent compact, the board will consider, among other factors, the country's policy performance over the time using the standard indicator methodology, the opportunity to reduce poverty and generate economic growth in the country, the availability of funds, and the country's performance in implementing its previous compacts, including evidence of a commitment to further reform. The board will do so by considering the nature of the country partnership with MCC, the degree of which the country has demonstrated a commitment and capacity to achieve program results, and the degree of which the country has implemented its previous or existing compact in accordance with MCC policies and standards. In addition, countries often must pass the scorecard for multiple years. How many times Liberia passed the scorecard? One time. But our leaders are always dishonest to us. At the end of the day, the news can choke them. The common man will say the news can choke them. What the government is not coming to try again, why we get compa? Eh? They tell why we get compa. The MCC cheat the MCC people will sue you. Don't know we can sue people. A little MCC MCC cheat even though the people told you, Minister Twe, that we will not get compa, but because you could not say the truth to the Liberian people at the time to tell them, even though we passed the MCC, it's a good thing, but we will not get compa. So sometimes when you say the truth at the appropriate time, it helps you to guide you from anything else. But because you don't want to say the truth, it puts you in a position to be on the defensive at the entire time of your life. And this is what some of the people in this government can do. Were you to inform the people, even though we passed this, we get a report that we might not be qualified for the compact, but if we are qualified to get the compact or to be part of the compact, we will be grateful. But we get a report that we might not be qualified for the compact because it is our very first time of passing the MCC scorecard. So when you see people running with it and say, oh, yeah, you see Liberia, they passed the MCC, but they were not qualified the compact and everything. It is the same government that is allowing the people to do it because she failed to be honest and tell the Liberian people the truth that this MCC scorecard we passed, we are not going to be eligible to be part of the compact. But if we are eligible, it will be a great, added advantage to what we've been anticipating. But they're not doing it. So the people will so get with it because you can lie. So MCC policy and standards. In addition, countries often must pass the scorecard for multiple years before being selected. And this is the first time Liberia has passed in several years. Nevertheless, passing the scorecard is good news, and we will let you know if Liberia is choosing for a compact next month. If you have any questions about your country's performance, please contact them bands from MCC Selection, Eligibility, and Policy Performance Division. They may email you. He said, best regards, Mike. So what I'm trying to say here, the dishonesty of our leaders at times can bring us into something where people will say, oh, but yeah, we're there to inform the Liberian people ever since. When we were happy in the country, oh, yeah, we passed the MCC scorecard. Yeah, we passed the MCC scorecard. So listen, Liberians. We passed the MCC scorecard. It's a very good thing. That is clear, and it's good. And a country passed the scorecard is very good. It's a good news. It's something good for us. But there's one thing we need to know. Because it is our very first time to pass the scorecard, the possibility of us being eligible to be part of the compact is very slim. So we don't want to say that we will be, but we are praying to be part of the compact. And if we are part of the compact, it will be a very hard advantage and also ever to us, we will be grateful. Then when the people come out with that compact team and they don't call your name, people say, oh yeah, but the man said it. The man was honest to the Liberian people. He said it. He did not say, oh, we be everything. You see how it is? Wicked. What should I say? When you have people that can tell you the truth, at the end result, this is what you get. Oh, yes. And this is it. This is where we are. Now, you see how the people lying at you? Oh, yeah, the government, they put Sierra Leone there, they put other countries, but Liberia is not part of the compact. It's just as simple as they were to tell the people how it works and how they saw things, how things could be, based on their understanding and the information they've received. This information is not from one labor. It's from a very senior person from this entire MCC issue. Very senior person. They should have known this. This is where we are. So the way you beat the drum, that how everybody will then say. You can do good census. The compare you not part for it, even though you were to tell the people that this is not something to go part one time, and I mean that something that will be part of it. You see how it is? That why some of the thing here too, the opposition can see and they can ride your whole day, you'll be on defensive. Oh, yes. That is how it is. If you not do it rightly, you will get the benefit wrongly. Oh, yes. Let me get Liberians' thoughts about this more. 07709 07907 0770907 0880907 Truth telling is something good in governance. Tell the Liberian people the actual story about issues. It helps you, government, instead of you always making things for people to latch at you. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you, Chief?
Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, we continue to tell the people simple. Some are not deserve good, and ladies, they are not doing well for us. We need to get rid of them. That's some request for everything. 2023 will be historical year because we'll be defeated Joria because of Summit. Not only different persons, Summit one alone.
Thank you. I'll take another person here. Hello.
Hello, Segu Sheriff.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Julius Andrews. I'm calling from Louisiana Township, Obokowe.
Julius, go ahead.
Thank you, Segu Sheriff. You said it all. And the issue of truth telling at times is for posterity. You got posterity to judge. Mind you, now we are in your enlightened society now. Everyone following the media or whether it's traditional or social. But for us to see people who are the hem of power, especially policymakers who trying to shift the country from one point to another, will be giving us some misinformation and disinformation. That I think, my brother, it ain't all go well. It almost like you trying to cheat the people who you claim to be.
Okay, thank you. Another person. Hello.
How you doing, sir?
Good evening. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
PM because I call it from Paris Street.
Mm-hmm.
I just got you to know that they have a jingle for legends, and we didn't hear him over here.
They were playing it in their rooms.
It was disappointing.
They were playing it in our rooms.
Actually, they were playing that room. There's no even where I am now on Paris Street. I didn't know whether it's somebody reached my office to call me.
Ah.
You know what I think?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think? So what would be saying now? We put actually what would we be saying? We from the government of Sako. It's very simple. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. This person. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
My name is Diego Telephone Party.
Let's hear you.
What you just said, I mean, the good thing with it just occur. I listened to the show that time.
Thank you.
We were discussing that issue.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the good 3 weeks. It just happened. People were defending it. It just happened.
Yeah.
Now I got to, I said, huh? Oh, I said, people were saying the same thing on the Labrador.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, we can kind of we can lie to the Liberian people. Hello.
hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Samson Capel calling from Central Freeport.
Yes, Samson, go ahead.
Yeah, Seku, the legacy.
Mm-hmm.
The government sent the individual on the fee. And of course, if they sat in the various rooms to do anything they want to do, I don't understand why they should do it. Because if they're not even paying them, but I'm not paying them. But why should they sit in the room and just calculate numbers? I mean, I don't know. When they going to go back to do another censor, I don't understand.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Good evening, Shegu.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Well, you have said all. I very admire your evening show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Reason is simple. You know, even if you are the father of the home, if anything's going on wrong, you have to be bold to tell your children that this is going on wrong and this is how things are going.
Mm-hmm.
But if you lie at the end of the day, you make yourself small. Thank you. That's my contribution for your evening show. Thank you very much for your analysis this evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Truth telling is always important to what we in what we do. This person. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Yes, go ahead.
Thank Thank you so much, Mr. Sherry, for the show. My name is Shaq Bigger Jr. and I joined you from Public Junction this evening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, someone to express his bad way, express the government. You know, we have something saying that says, no matter how powerful it's lie, it will always bow before the truth. You know, when anything happens, someone started flying from one radio station to another. They went one as far as the ELTC. They went one in World Press Conference. I mean, started lying to the report as if to say we're not going to know the truth. But you see, where it really happens or lying to live. And again, you know, I listened to a few other people. Someone to even encourage other people to become a liar because of that he was doing. I listened to music about and deputy minister. I was saying the same thing. I'm telling you so. I said we need to wait and see because the government, when they say they break, you have to come out there and see to know if they break or true. But they put out. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take this other caller here. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, Seku, this is Chess Cooper.
Yes.
I call from Kingsburg this evening.
Go ahead.
Seku, from the time this government was ushered into state town, this government has not had any project smoothly. You were here, this government, after 4 years, the government could not even conduct a session properly. And then you are also here when the government took what they violated most of the constitutional provision when it comes to having by-elections on time. They were always postponing by-elections. And they are always saying that there is no money. But you see, people in the government running 50,000, 45,000, 90,000 cars. They are taking money from loan, buying 250,000 cars. But then when it comes to the constitutional duty of the country, that's the time the no money syndrome comes in. This government is good at giving the Liberia-VOL fallacy. Mr. Senator, it gets a big mouth from that minister. You will come to intellectual lies because you use the intellectual power to cajole the Liberian people. And he often does not want to give the truth of the story. This was Liberia people that this minister, he needed to go and work. But you know, Senator knows almost everything that you will go and the president. But the president cannot get rid of him. Because all the secrets of the president, Pagu is Senator knows everything. He has seen Liberian people, they cajole the Liberian people again, with them Marina Compa, all Liberian paper, and he told me, enter, you are not enter, is that bullshit. You know, Senator is a talkative minister.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let's take another person. Hello.
Hello, Seku. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Johnson Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, single.
Go ahead, my brother. You live.
Seku. The fact is that most of these people, for whether the opposition or the ruling party, they have always used different yardsticks for whether you are in opposition. And you know the opposition and the ruling party, they are almost like people of the same body or parts of the same body. But they want to use, you can use different measurement on your left hand and want to use different measurement on your right hand because they are of the same body. But when opposition lie, just recently, the Honorable Baga was in Nigeria saying that the president pledged to bring rappers down. Nobody talk on it. When people, the ruling party supporters go on and say he lie, people say he get ready to lie because he's opposition. But today when the government lie, government officials lie, they can say the government official, the government are lying. But you know the politics we have in Liberia is very, very bad. Whether opposition or ruling party, let us use the same yardstick to measure everybody, whether you're in opposition or whether you're in position or you're not in no position. So thank you, Seku.
Thank you. We take this person here. Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, Seku.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
Oh, so we are closing our Senator to be friend. Because the one time when you focus, you care about the way Senator was thinking, dancing, grow up. Me, my first one was Senator that I said everything to be friend. today to hear that I request is not making a difference. I'm so surprised made a difference. So to tell you that I may not say different. Not good that I've been fool. Why you allowed to put at this? You think we are so much in the country that be lying to all every time? Anything you go here, they also just to fall on all. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody's asking for the WhatsApp number. Just give the orange number. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, hello, bro. Shibu, how are you?
I'm okay, Chief. What's your name? You joining us somewhere?
I'm joining you from Jogodan Riha.
Okay, go ahead.
It's so saddening for the country, for the way the government proceeding. They're not proceeding well, to really admit. How will you be so naive and grateful to your own citizen and lie to your citizen in a kind of manner? I hope Samuel to where he recover from his sick bed and can't tell that don't put the actual truth or the manual company or something. Because without understanding nothing about their government at the previous stage, they may with the situation very, very we are down breaking out now.
Yeah. Okay.
Breaking our heart. I very know.
Okay,
how
thank you.
Be so ingenious to lie to your citizen like this.
Okay, Chief, thank you. Y'all have breaking? Hello.
Good evening, Sekou. How are you?
Good evening. Let's hear you.
My name is Mr. Conrad. I'm calling from Banagos.
Let's hear you.
Okay, the end justified me. Every time you have people who are, just you said it from the beginning, we have incompetent people to do a job that requires competent people. And you put them there because of your personal reason. We will always continue to suffer this much. The guys are legislating this thing from the very beginning from a generator. Get from buying a generator.
Yeah.
From there, it gave us the sound. The symptom was given that this way are taken to do the important work. We're not working alone in Liberia. It has so LIB, allowed to be here. See? But we're working with international organizations. All right?
Yeah.
The data now we have generated all the poor money, and it's not even correct. I'm telling you.
Hey, you know what they call
yeah, that is. One, the apartment I'm living in, when the area they had there, one of those incompetent and child, just a little child, who maybe could not even passing her grade in school, came and look at one small building with two rooms, what we call apartment here, to divide it and make an apartment. When you know the training to them that this one is supposed to be one, get divided into rooms. The number she gave, it stayed, to them not the right, it stayed there. With that kind of big thing, all right, you come and see our hospital scratches. See, what is this? Well, the best in this, the reason why I always say it is better for us to change this government now so that the next government coming will learn very well.
And I tell you that one day. And I tell you that one day.
No, I'm saying I got my right to say.
You real, Baba?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I like the way the conversation is being, and this is what we do. We give you the time to express yourself. You can disagree with what we say. You can agree with what we say, but we gave you the opportunity so that your voices can be heard on critical national issues. Yes. On this issue, the guys didn't do well. They did not do well. And so we're going to take a break. Hope, why my other producer left the studio? He needs to come. Let's take a break.
Hello,
yes, good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm okay. And you?
I'm okay. How everything?
Go ahead. Let's hear you, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Abubakar Donzo.
Okay, Abubakar, go ahead.
I'm calling from the Kintown right now. As I'm talking to you, coming to the same man, he just took money from Bia Mountain, concerned about terminal right to APRC there. Bia Mountain building their own terminal, no Liberian there. So women and Ghana men.
How you managed to know that all of one men took money?
Oh, go check it, Nana J. If I'm lying, ask anybody that one APRC. Oh, Bia Mountain suffering Liberian there. Nothing comes for it because some two and a half money from there here, my gay.
Yeah, my man, you get proof, man. I won't believe you, man. Hey, my man, I want that allegation. Let me take this person here. But I'm just getting report that the president's trip, his return trip, has been moved from Sunday to Monday. Hello? Okay, so let me just say this. I'm getting a report that the president will have returned to the country on Sunday. And so this time around, he will not return on Sunday, but instead on Monday. But seditions, well-wishers, supporters of the government and the president are doing all, and they've informed, I'm doing this for them. It's a free promotion for them. The president was to arrive in the country on Sunday, but he's not gonna be. I hope why the guy is not here. Why if someone is calling on the stuff? Why you behaving like this? When the president will not return again on Sunday, but that will be on Monday. So the president will be returning on Monday. That will be the 19th. And the chairman said all plans remain the same. A bigger reception awaits. This is what the chairman of CDC wrote. He said the president, His Excellency George Manenwia, will now return on Monday, December 19 at RRA. All plans remain the same. A bigger reception awaits. Yes. Okay. That is it. Do we have any WhatsApp calls? Okay. So let's take a break from the best internet service in Liberia. When we return, we're gonna flip to something, and we're gonna be looking at the opposition, particularly the retired suffering people. Hey,
and affordable internet? Telecel Liberia is here to provide all your internet service needs. The internet is moving at a fast pace, and only super fast internet speed can help you keep up. At Telecel, our internet packages are divided into distinct categories: Mega, Optimal, Premium, Elite, and Big Business that suits kids, universities, schools, hotels, beaches, homes, offices, urban areas, and much more. Anything is possible with Telecel Liberia. Get your own streaming box for Netflix, Amazon Prime, Showmax, and more. At Telecel, our amazing 24-hour customer service is there to help you with all your needs. Telecel Liberia, super fast speed, 24 hours technical support team, the best broadband and fiber optic internet service in Liberia. For more information, please call 0770-399-399 or 0881-399-399. Or stop by our office on 3rd Street, Syncor, opposite the Carter Center and GLZ building. Visit our website, telecelliberia.com. Email us at info@telecelliberia.com. Telecel Liberia, the best internet service provider, is here for you. Telecel Liberia, connecting the unconnected.
Okay, Telecel is the best internet service in Liberia. If you are in search of that best internet service, I recommend to you Telecel, and it is the best in Liberia. You can't get it sticking. Let me be in a simple Liberian English. It can stick. A fast, affordable, and is something that reliable. Okay, so we'll move on to retired suffering people. Retired suffering is Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings and Louis Brown and the likes of others. And I saw my man Musa Belete there today. Musa Belete was part of the press conference today. Hey, Musa. Okay, Musa. Hey, Baba. Oh, my God. Listen to me and listen well. I'm going to play you the two speeches of Louis Brown and the political leader Alexander Cummings of ANC. The very first person will be Louis Brown. I want you people to listen. We carried that program today live on the radio. But there are things I want to say, and I want you people to listen. Let me play.
Is the last update assemble peacefully in on the wall. Samuel. And it's a virus, and then assemble. Samuel kind should come. I have said to you why the Samuel kind was complex. This where President Weah made his many broken promises to the people of this country. It is but fitting when people return to that. Odds were promised
Sorry, that is very, very bad. We can't continue with it. Let's get the right one for you so we can have it in place so that you can have it. We want to get the referral. We want you, those of you listening to the radio, to get a quality audio. Tonight on the program, you're listening to Issues of Today on Voice of Liberia 104.1. And okay, we can start from this point. We can start from this point. Yes, we can start. Yes, we can start from this point. We want to get this very clear for you, so you can have it, you can listen to it, and also because there are things that I want to say, and there are things I want to say, and I want to be honest.
Questions?
People
will
know.
raise your hand.
And I want the
You recognize, give
Yes.
the name of your institution, and then you propound your question. One question per institution.
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Let the whole thing be settled. Okay. Yeah, there are things I want
Thank you.
people to know, and let me get this clear. So now we're gonna play the speech or the statement of Ambassador Louis Brown into this press conference.
My fellow Liberians, distinguished members of the press, we want to begin by thanking you for being here, and for those of you listening to us across Liberia and across the world. We want to thank you for tuning in to this, what we believe is the last update before the Liberian people can assemble peacefully in their massive numbers on tomorrow at the Samuel Kayondo Sports Complex, first from all around the city of Monrovia and its environs, and then assemble at the Samuel Kayondo Sports Complex. We have said to you why the Samuel Kayondo Sports Complex. This was where President Weah made his many broken promises to the people of this country. It is but fitting that the Liberian people return to that place where jobs were promised and no jobs were created, where opportunities were promised and no opportunity were given to our people, where unity was promised and all that we've reaped in 5 years has been division and even more division, where freedom was promised and all we've seen is continuous fear, threats of violence, and actual violence against peaceful citizens, where security was promised. And even as we speak, Liberians are finding it fearful, frightful, insecure to even walk the streets of their communities, some as early as after 6 p.m. This is the story of Liberia. We heard that, in fact, Liberia passed MCC, the Millennium Challenge Corporation. The government was celebrating all around here, dancing, often to, in fact, no sound of music. They were still dancing. But now we have heard that Sierra Leone, our next door neighbor, now has a renewed compact. All our booga dancing was for nothing. We have made no compact. The only thing we got out of Washington while other presidents were signing agreements Out of Washington, we got selfie with the US president. It's all over Facebook. It's everywhere. One picking just told me that morning, the president think that selfie will eat, that selfie will pay school fee with, that selfie will carry our children to the hospital with, that selfie will carry in the market, that selfie will put food in the people's stomach when they're hungry. This president does not get it. And that is why tomorrow, the Liberian people will come out in their numbers everywhere from across the length and breadth of Monserrado County. We are even getting calls from other counties asking us, by the way now, that only the people in Monrovia are suffering, that only the people in Monrovia are suffering, and we are telling them that that is not the case. That is not the case. And so after the successful rally here in Monrovia, we will look to take this We Are Tired Suffering rally everywhere in the country. Because Liberians everywhere are suffering, everywhere in Liberia. Now I wish to address an unfortunate situation last night. And I see government people dancing, celebrating. A young man who happens to be the driver of the head of the We Are Tired Suffering rally made away last night with some money intended for the acquisition of ambulances, the purchase of water for our people, and the provision of other logistics required for the successful operation on the day. Now, we regret deeply this incident. This is stealing, and it is unfortunate. But what is also true in our country, which we must not ignore, and that is why we must have the rally tomorrow, and that is why Liberians from all across Monserrado must come out tomorrow, is because this young man believed himself to see an opportunity out of his suffering by stealing what is not his and stealing what is for many others. This is what the country has become. This is what our value system has become. And young people are seeing this from the bad example of the president, from the president on down. This is so bad that foreign government officials are referring to our country as a kleptocratic one. Kleptocratic, that big term. It just simply means rogue government, bunch of thieves, stealing government. And so young people see these bad examples and think they too must do the same thing. This is why we are also having this rally. For that young man who decided that stealing other people's money, what was for the good of everyone, he alone should take it and run away with it to end his suffering. We've seen that many young people are returning to drugs, are actually going to do drugs to get out of their suffering. Our young girls are doing things they know to be wrong, but they do it just to get out of the suffering. So last night has not discouraged us. Last night has strengthened us to have this rally on behalf of that young man who stole and on behalf of every Liberian young people who feel stealing is their. That's not the only way out. This rally tomorrow is for the mother of that young man who is probably crying now with regrets that her son is being known everywhere as a rogue. This is what this country has become. We're now being forced to act as if we must distrust each other. We cannot trust each other anymore. And the government people celebrating it all around as if this is supposed to discourage us. Well, you are damn wrong. We are as encouraged as when the first day when we announced this rally, and you will see more people because of that. Don't underestimate the Liberian people. Some are joking with this. You can joke, you can laugh, but this is the kind of society that you have brought. This is the kind of leadership you are giving our people. This is the bad example that you are giving our people. And you think it would discourage anybody here? Just look around this table, look at this room. If you know the number of calls we have received, the promises to turn out, laugh all you want. You will see tomorrow if the Liberian people will not turn out. And there will be water provided for the people. And there will be ambulances provided for the people. And all the logistical things that unfortunately this young man think he could have made his own personal life better by stealing. All will be provided tomorrow for the Liberian people. This is for the Liberian people. This is by the Liberian people. And it will happen successfully by the Liberian people on tomorrow. Nothing will stop it. On yesterday, we led a delegation to meet with the Inspector General of Police and his team. We have been promised police protection, and we believe it because they have a duty to do it. And we will trust that they will fulfill that duty. And so tomorrow, Liberians, you have nothing to fear. No one to fear. Anything you hear about the rally tomorrow, the only thing you know is that there is the rally tomorrow and nothing and no one can stop it. We'll be at the SKD. I've received all kinds of threats. I will be there, and I will be there very early. Some people are propagandizing and talking all kinds of stuff, that Mr. Cummings is out of the country and he will not be there. Well, you're wrong. Mr. Alexander Cummings does not lead from behind. Not only will he be there tomorrow leading from the front, but he will be here today to speak to you about the rally tomorrow. And before he does that, many ordinary Liberian citizens who are committed to the rally tomorrow will also come and say to you why they will be there, why they must be there. Finally, let me say to you before I invite them. There are only two sides. One side is brave enough to even be publicly celebrating stealing, thinking it can undermine the rally. You know, there's a song I like very, one of my favorite songs by Harry Melvin and the Blue, no, Mark Fadden and Whitehead. Ain't no stopping us now. Nothing can stop us now. The Liberian people are on the move. Their government will be wise to listen to the people. We know of all your little games. We know of your plan to infiltrate peaceful citizens and create problems as if you're asking for. Let's be clear. Nobody is being paid to attend the rally tomorrow. And nobody will be paid to attend the rally tomorrow. This is, again, a rally of Liberians for Liberians and by Liberians. People are tired. But we don't want them to give up. Because no matter how long the night is, day will break. And this rally is the beginning of that journeying to the daybreak. Liberians will be heard. Even this government will not stop them from being heard. Your propaganda, your threats, your threat of violence, your intimidation, your lies will not stop the rally. Ain't no stopping us now. You're too late. You have 5 years to stop the Liberian people from getting tired with suffering. You have 5 years. You failed the people. Ain't no stopping us now. Let me end by saying this. There are only two sides to this conflict. There are only two sides to the rally tomorrow. There are only two sides be facing the country. All of us must choose. There is the side of the failed and disappointing government. And there is the side of the people that are running out of hope. Liberians, politicians, political leaders, aspirants, religious leaders, every Liberian and leader must choose tomorrow.
Ambassador Louis Brown. We go for Mr. Yeah, so someone asked, is it Louis suffering? Oh God. Oh God. A man say he's suffering, and he say men are suffering. Okay, let's go for Mr. Alexander Cummins. After that, we will come in and make our analysis. No, Mr. Cummins, and make our analysis tonight. And it's so interesting. And this is what we all need to do. Let us discuss the issues. Let us disagree to agree. You know, we will no longer go back to the butchers. We will remain here and we'll discuss the issues. We will discuss all the issues. Let's go for this and have the political leader of ANC to speak. And we want you people to listen. We want you people to listen and listen well, folks. And I hope some of you are listening keenly and listening to what they are saying. They're from the opposition. Yes, that's in that thing you have it. They're from the opposition, and they're saying that Liberians are suffering. Okay, so let us go for Mr. Alexander Cummings, the political leader of the Alternative National Congress. Let's have it tonight. It's interesting. Yeah. We want to get it on the television for those of you watching us, so we can do it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
So let me first of all thank and acknowledge our chairman, Mr. Musa Hassan Bility, the chairman of the CBS Political Institution in Liberia. But I want to not just acknowledge, I want to thank Musa for his commitment and his partnership. You know, as a businessman, Musa has taken a risk, but he believes in Liberia, he believes in the future of our country, and he's prepared to take the risk to make sure we can change our country for the benefit of all Liberians. So I thank you. I also want to acknowledge he's not here. The deputy chairman or vice chairman of the CPP, the chairman of the ANC, Senator Daniel Frumonati, our Secretary General who will be there tomorrow, and as well as the chairman of Usher Stool. I want to acknowledge Mr. Louis Brown, Ambassador Louis Brown, for his leadership of Tim Cummings and of this rally. And all the people that spoke, Mahaja, Sange, Amos, Roland, all of them taking risks, you know, in the context of our country. People who come and speak out, speak truth to power, take personal risks, and I want to acknowledge and thank them. But I want them to know that they have nothing to fear. The Liberian people, you have nothing to fear. It is your right to let your government know that you're tired of suffering. It is your right to let your government know that you're tired of understanding. It's your right to peacefully assemble, and tomorrow will be peaceful. I also want to thank the Minister of Justice for his commitment to this peaceful rally. I want to thank and acknowledge the Inspector General of Police also for his commitment to this peaceful rally. But we hold them, we hold the President, we hold the CDC government accountable for the peaceful assembly of its citizens tomorrow. And I call on everybody who's coming tomorrow, don't be provoked. Don't be distracted. Come and let's let President Weah and his government know that we are suffering and we're not happy with their performance. I keep reminding Liberians that our country will not change because we talk it, because we wish it to change. It will change because we're willing to do the work and make the sacrifice. And tomorrow we'll begin the journey of making the sacrifice and making President Weah a one-time president. There was some noise and criticism, the government is not here. I was only away for about 10 days. The president been gone for what? 27 days, right? So there's a difference, right? But at the end of the day, though, this is not about me or about the people I named, the leadership here. This is about the Liberian people. You, my people, you are the face of this rally. You are the face of this suffering. And it's only you, the Liberian people, that can change your circumstance, that can change your situation. So tomorrow, let's begin the journey of working towards changing our country, changing the system. I keep saying we can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. I promise you, come January 2024, we will begin to change this country for the benefit of everyone. And every Liberian will be expected to follow the rules, to obey the law, to follow the processes and procedures that will be established so that we can change our country for the benefit of all Liberians. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. I know George Mr. I want to acknowledge him as well for his hard work. He read, I hope we did it online. All of these stamps, when you get a t-shirt, we'll put it online so you can see and know. I know it's a lot, but come out tomorrow and let's send a message to our government that we're unhappy with their performance and that we plan to change them come October 2023. With that, let me take a few questions from the press. So that's what we want to facilitate 3 or 4.
Thank you.
Questions.
Thank you, Mr. President. You waited. We want to take these questions.
Okay, that is it.
As you heard earlier,
no time for questions, no time for anything now.
From the person. So first we take
listen to them.
Ask just one question, please.
It is roughly 6 minutes to 8. Fellow Liberians, you listen to Ambassador Louis Brown. You listen to Mr. Alexander Cummings. It is our own time now to speak. You know, someone was asking me today from the headquarters of the Alternative National Congress. They said, "Oh, Sekou, why you left when the press conference was on? I thought you could be there to ask Mr. Cummings some of the hard questions." And I had urgent, engagement that I needed to leave, that nothing else could allow me, and but we also carried the program live today, and it was paid for. Let me start on this note. Leadership come with honesty, and the example of what you do out of governance will determine what you will do during the governance process. Now, on the aspect of the driver in which it has been alleged that he stole 70,000 or he stole money, there's no way that you will take anybody to be your driver that you don't know. Drivers are not people that you can just take, because drivers will know more about what you do, will know more about your life, will know who you communicate with on a daily basis, all your moves. And so you don't just take anyone to be your driver. It should be someone that is trustworthy, someone that cannot be moved so easily, someone that you know best. That's the reason why when people are getting personal drivers, they are very careful as to who to hire to be that driver. Because you can't tell me you get a driver, then you in the car, you're afraid to talk that he will say it to somebody different. Your driver is looking like your close confidant that keeps all of your secrets or whatsoever. So the driver of Martin Colley, Martin knew this man, And he knew the character in which he hired to be his driver. Listen, folks, tonight we need to say truth to Mr. Cummins, Ambassador Louis Brown, and the lakhs of the people that are calling for a retire rally. You listen to Mr. Ambassador Louis Brown, that they will take retire rally across the country because there are demands. Listen, is it the rally that will bring solutions to the people? Is it the rally that will provide the people the needed? Is it the rally that will give the people the enabling environment that will take them from the abject poverty that you claim that is currently in the country? What's the benefit of a rally that you want to take across the country that you think will bring about the solution to the problems Liberians faced? Now listen, let me tell you something. You see how the people that want to be leaders, or the people that I would call leaders, are very dishonest to us? In your party, 70,000 United States dollars got missing. In your letter, let me read the letter, folks. You see how the people are? And let me tell you something. All the people are the same. No one of them. Every one of them are the same. Let's say, yes, the letter that Martin Kula wrote to the Minister of Justice. Let me read it for you. And this is where I will tell you how dishonest the people are. He said, December 16, 2022, Councillor Frank Musa Dean Jr., Minister of Justice, Attorney General, and Acting Chair of the Cabinet, Republic of Liberia, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Councillor Dean, please accept our compliments and profound sentiments of best wishes during this Christmas season. We also express striking appreciation for your engagement and cooperation on our December 17 protest at the SKD Sports Complex. However, on the eve of our protest, we bring to your attention a grave issue that has the propensity to derail and affect our protest. A ring of persons closely connected to the protest organization has made away with the amount of USD 70,000 intended for our protest rally. We have identified one of our drivers as a prime suspect, but he's currently at large. We have launched an internal investigation and we highly appreciate the help and involvement, right? And involvement of the Liberian National Police. We have actionable intelligence that are other powerful persons who are leading and vocal on the protest may be involved. Okay, listen. This letter that I just read, it was said today in the press conference that this letter, it is not from the Secretary General of the ANC. They debunk it. So it means, please talk to this person. It means this letter is not official. They said it. They debunk it. If it is that letter and they are debunking their own letter, it is up to them. But they said that letter is not factual. But yes, what I want to say. Yes, the dishonesty about what I want to say. Hmm? The Alternative National Congress, the folks there, right? 70,000, according to what we've heard, got missing. And they are sending the blame on the driver. Mind you, it is said and confirmed that it is the driver of Martin Kula. Don't you think Martin Kula himself needs to be investigated? He needs to be investigated. Why always when things happen, they only lay the blame on the common people? Take to yourself and say, how can a driver would be so brave enough and take 70,000 by himself? 70,000 by himself. How did he get to know that was money into in the vehicle? Because the man put the thing there, and he must have said, "Oh, this is money." But the man in question needs to be investigated himself. The thing happened here. We said, "Oh, the minister was involved in accident." At the end of the day, the driver and the security, they left here, but they took them out of the country. So it is a similar thing in this case where you have something happen, they're only laying the blame on the driver. So, but how do you take such amount of money? 70,000 is not small money, oh. You be holding it in your hands. 70,000 United States dollars, oh. What so much you want to do with that 70,000? Just for water? Just for ambulance? How many you spend on water, on ambulance, or whatsoever? That it brings us to a point where people think, say, they are paying people to come up tomorrow. Even though Louis Brown said, no, they are not paying people. Then here's the other interesting part again. Someone stole from you. You blame the government. You say, why the government people happy? Amen. You're in hosting. When the government fails to do something, you, Louis Brown, today, you, my very good friend, today in the press conference, you said the government did not pass the MCC score. I mean, the government passed the MCC scorecard, but they did not get grant because of the necklace or whatsoever you branded the government, the way in which you branded the government. So should the government say, whenever they fail, the people in the opposition can be happy, they say whatsoever? That you have people you're working with, they are not trustworthy. You got criminals that you're working with because that's criminality. It means you got criminal. Because before you hire a driver, you should know them. You got criminals that you're working with. When they steal from you, then somebody talking, then you say the people they're happy. Why can you admit to your own wrongdoings, admit to your own faults, and stop blaming other people for your faults? That government go send a man to go steal your money. That government say go steal the money. Also, government people now also will listen. Only the opposition should have time to criticize or to say things against the government. But when the thing happen and people say then it becomes something that they ain't supposed to do. Where in the law that says only opposition must blame government when there are issues? Somebody steal from you. You get criminal in your party. You get criminal in your institution. They steal from you. Then it becomes a problem again. You say the government people are happy about it. And imagine to tell you this whole thing, it sounds figurative. Listen, how come you telling us today you don't know you cannot call the exact amount that was stolen by this driver? You cannot tell us how much they stole from you. But now they should be telling us their internal investigation. It shows leadership. Mr. Cummings, you want to be president of this country. Sumo money they steal. We can get the proper information about it. You're speaking to us for in the morning before the press conference. During the press conference, you people should have informed the Liberian people how much was stolen and how did it go. Give us the detailed information. But up to now, we don't know how much. People are just calculating 70,000. Some people say 60. Some people say 50. Oh, yes. But come to think about this. How will that money being stolen and the people in the place don't know the exact amount? When they see people, because that money was given, let's agree for the discussion. Let's put it in the context. The money was given to Martin Kula, right? And you say that the driver stole it. The money was given to Martin Kula, right? Martin is a very educated man. Can't tell us that they gave him money, he did not count the money, or they did not tell him how much he received. So they should be telling us either the driver allegedly stole all the money or he stole portion of the money. But they just make it openly to an extent the driver stole. How much he stole? How much the driver? These are things that bring about leadership. These are things. Is it truth that even money got missing? Is it even truth that money got missing? They should be. They say, oh, just early morning. Let me tell you something. The opposition, the government, they are all the same. In fact, when the Kula realized that money was missing, by what time? These are informations when you give. Then people know, say, this is, let me say this. Why, in fact, such amount of money will be kept or left in a vehicle? 70,000? Are you kidding me? That story for us to believe? Why will even 70,000 United States dollars be kept in a vehicle or left in a vehicle and the driver is there? 70,000? So where was the CSO to Martin Kula? Where was? These are questions that come to mind. You either want to believe the old rhetoric or you want to see it another way. But let me tell you what politicians can do. They are very crafty of buying sympathy. Look at the people that say they're tired of suffering. So Martin Kula just got something around 70,000, 70,000, 70, and you can't dash it in. And that the people that say people suffering. And say the Liberian suffering. It is what they are saying, and they have the right. They have the right. Like we said, we're going to provide full coverage for ANC tomorrow. We will provide full coverage. If all the deal is done and they pay for the OB like they've always done, we will take our OB there and we'll provide crystal clear, bit by bit information for them. But listen to me, here is the thing. So my man Martin Kula just went and told 70,000 United States dollars and just go dash in the car. Then the driver to say, thank you, yeah, Papa. I will be back. When you finish with the retire suffering, I will come. Yeah, I love you. Where is the car? Did the man go with the... Now, these are reports that they're supposed to be giving us. Give us detailed information. You people are government in waiting. When they say government steal, or they say government officials steal, you say, oh, one investigation. We want to know this. We want to know that. Even though you've sent this complaint or whatsoever to the police or whosoever, but you should do your own internal investigation. This is not confirmed, but I can say this. I got this information from a very high source within ANC. Mr. Alexander Cummings has asked Matikula not to go around his office. Matikula was not in the press conference today. Hey man, it's just that I had a very pressing engagement. I should have raised some of these things there today. Why Matikula, one of the senior organizers, on the last day of the media engagement, could not be seen in the meeting? Even though he the one saying that, oh, the people took the money, the driver took the money and everything. You think the Liberian people that Zaka, you better tell the truth. I have something to think here. I guess something to think here. It was the information that magical. They saying the man going where the place need Guinea way, so the people might check on him and all of that. Are you kidding me? So now, where are the family members of the driver? Where is his wife or parents? What are they saying? If only if this thing is something, they should be telling us these kinds of informations. We want to know. 70K not so more money though. It got missing on the eve of the retire suffering. I wonder the whole thing not to show some kind of strength. ANC is prepared, and Matikula should be able to tell the Liberian people the truth. I listened to his immediate boss, Musa Belete, today. He was bragging, and I all get the money. Why y'all won't get problem? And this is that, blah, 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 blah. It is what the big brother was saying. But Papa, until you can tell us the detailed information, the actual story, Liberians are not Zaka. Let's know the real thing. Let Martin Kula tell the Liberian people the real story. Then my own man, Louis Brown again, he say, oh, the government people they're happy. Oh, you go get criminal, they steal from you. And that news? That news now. Ain't we looking for news? That news. So listen to this. The manager of bad man. Listen to me. Louis Brown, Martin Kula, what's the guy name? A few others. They are the major organizers of retired suffering. If Martin Kula alone can be moving with 70,000 catch, so how much Louis Brown is moving with? Hey, look at the retired suffering people. Hey, go. If Martin Kula can be moving with 70K, what becomes of Louis Brown and the other people? If let them be brother moving with something like 85, may stay inside. The minute to Mr. Cummings to see you today. Oh God. Then Mr. Brown came to a point, he said, because this country, it is what the leaders are doing. That's the reason why everybody have turned to be criminals. Mr. Brown, I want to disagree with you on this. Are you saying to us that in other governments, ordinary citizens were not stealing? When Ellen Johnson Sally took responsibility of the bankruptcy of Noka, were there no ones in this country stealing? Private citizens were not stealing? You talk about women doing things beyond their own will. Were there no prostitution in this country? Or it is just under this government that prostitution has started? And this is where I've come and say politicians, I'm not just talking about opposition or Mr. Cummings and he likes, including the people in government. Politicians in general are liars. They lie to the Liberian people. They make up stories. They make things for you to believe that they are the perfect people to do a particular job. That is how they are. So listen, in as much today, Louis Brown and the legs of Mr. Cummings and other people, that that 70,000 was meant for retired suffering. That means that money was intended for the people, the people that said they are suffering. They too, they demand, they're supposed to know how that money, you're supposed to give them account of it. That's leadership. But here is another thing again. Instead of a minute to talk about how the thing happened and give the Liberian people the detailed information and tell the Liberian people as to how it happened, where is Martin Kula, what has been the investigation launched, and what are reports coming up from the investigation they've launched internally. They are blaming government. Why government people can be laughed? Why government people are happy with it? So it is one of the reasons why they need to do the protest. It's like they meant to just looking for all kind of things to add on the. And sorry, they not say protest. The people did not say protest. The people say rally. Sorry, let me correct that. The people did not say protest. They say rally. They're going to rally tomorrow. My man say, my man Louis Brown say that the reason why they're putting the they men are just stole the money yesterday. So how can this man actions become one of the reasons why you people plan something way back? So it brings us to a point that our men they fighting to find some kind of way, some kind of thing to get some things and just attach it on there that whole retire suffering. So when you say the whole stealing thing, not today it started. In 1980, it was one of the reasons why the poll, certain people on the poll, they killed them because of stealing. So how can the young men can steal today? You say because of the country is high, so the leaders they can steal. Now the reason why they may is encouraged to steal. That's a poor excuse on the part of Louis Brown. You say young women are involved into doing things that they are not to do. Oh, but how did we reach to this point? So you mean that it is only in Liberia women are suffering or things are happening? Let us be realistic to the issues. You people have a fine argument or want to do something. It's very good. I'm not saying that you people, but these kinds of rhetorics are not things to hold the Liberian people. You say suffering and everything. Even in the great United States, people are suffering. You have these things there. Let's be more serious. Then my man say, the time I was speaking, the man is crying because everybody know his son, her son that criminal, that role. Then he said, it is what the country has turned to. Let me tell you, Louis Brown is a very good communicator. If you give Louis Brown the chance, Louis Brown can convince you in a second. That you cannot take from Louis Brown. Let me be honest with anybody here. Louis Brown is one of the best communicators we have in Liberia. And he knows how to communicate, when, where, how to get his message through. You can't take that from Louis Brown. So the whole stealing thing, they make it to look, what the government got to do in your private stealing business? What the government got to do in your private stealing business? Somebody go steal from you. That government? You're supposed to be telling us the investigation that you've launched. In fact, we've launched an investigation. Currently, as we speak, Martin Kula is being questioned because that money is so huge. But why would you that say the people are suffering? You take 70,000. Let me tell you something. There's one thing that people don't take from CDC so easily. When CDC was in the opposition, many times the citizens themselves printed their t-shirts. These kinds of rally, the people themselves will go there. CDC will not go gain it, even to gain water. That's the thing that use of CDC now they can be doing to the people. Even in the city government, the government still they want people to be doing free thing. That's the mentality they to get, which is bad. But how will people be suffering? You go take 70,000 and go give to an individual. What kind of suffering rally is this? That is supposed to be willingly. Let the people themselves come. You're providing vehicles for them is good. But to say 70,000, what is all you want to do? That money plenty, man. That money plenty. A plenty. That different thing y'all wanted to use that money for. If only if that money comes in 70,000. Or when the people are saying, oh, that the government people, who recommended the driver to mountain? That the government recommended the driver to mountain? That the government said mountain take the driver? Then how can you blame the government now? What the government has done anyone? Let me come to Mr. Cummings. And Mr. Cummings was very short today in his speech. He addressed the media. To the extent Mr. Cummings admitted and confirmed that those of the people that are speaking, they are at risk. Are you getting that? So how will a leader know that this thing is bad, but you allowing the people to do it? Or listen, not to do it, but you allowing the people to get involved. Even though you know, for example, right? Let me be simple. You know that from leaving from Monrovia, leaving from Broad Street to leaving from Monrovia, leaving from Broad Street to Raleigh using a single route is not safe. But you, as the head, telling the people, say, even though leaving from Broad Street using single to go to Raleigh, the single belt is not safe, but you can use it. A leader will never do that. No serious leader. You saying to the people that spoke today that even though what they were doing, they were at risk, but you enjoyed them speaking. You said, Mr. Cummings, you ought to listen to it. Mr. Cummings said, the people that spoke were at risk, but he enjoys them speaking. It's a clear contradiction. A leader should not know that this is a bad thing and allow her citizens or his citizens to go through it. If you know that the people speaking, they are at risk, you take the bold step because you want to be the president of this country and speak to the ills and don't put the people in danger to speak. These are normal things, common things that we all do. When it is someone else, we see it to be a problem. And Mr. Cummings said tomorrow will be the sacrifice to make Mr. Weah one-time president. Tomorrow will be the sacrifice. So, and y'all see what I said? I said on many occasions, the reason why maybe other political parties are not joining the fray, I hope this rally is not intended to show some political strength, to know the weight of Mr. Alexander Cummings as we move towards the 2023 elections. How will you say people are sacrificing tomorrow to serve as a means to give Mr. Weah one-time president? How can a entire rally transform to someone getting a one-time president? When that rally is intended to express what they are going through. So now you see how our leaders, you see how the people that want to be in position, you see how they are. And tomorrow, let me say honestly, we will provide the coverage for them. We will be there. If we continue, we conclude the arrangement, we'll take our broadcast equipment, our OB, and you will get us crystal clear. And we'll give you bit by bit. We'll carry all their speeches. But I'm saying to you, This could just be something where, how can you say, now, you have within the last month of the year, can this rally bring about the change immediately? Will the people get what they need to get tomorrow? What's the essence of the rally? Okay, it's truth and it is important. It is acceptable under the laws of the country. Mr. Cummings and the legs of the other people, they are not in wrong to have a rally. But when you say the people are tired suffering, that means as of tomorrow's date, the people's lives will change, things will happen in their favor, and the hardship they continue to experience as it has been confirmed by you will be changed. What are the solutions? I think Mr. Cummings and the legs or other people, you're supposed to be doing serious engagement by now. Let the people know what you have for them. What can you do for them? How you intend to do it for them? But Monrovia is not only Liberia. Let's go to the lines. It's time for you Liberians. And you can disagree with me, I accept it. You can agree with me, I accept it. But let us be truthful to ourselves. Let the people, let the politicians then stop using us as if to say we are uneducated, even though no matter our conditions, we should not be used. 0770907. I even open the lines here. They call me. 07709079070. 07709079070. 08809079070. 08809079070. We'll take the very first call here. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
I'm BM Kazan once again calling from Paris Street.
Go ahead, BM.
Yeah, I just want to talk about Louis Brown a little bit. I listened to Louis Brown lately, and I'm disappointed in Louis Brown in where he said Liberia is risky, people cannot walk on the street by sick, and Liberia are suffering. Where was Louis Brown when he was spokesman for Chancellor, when he was security advisor for Chancellor in this country? Louis Brown was the spokesman for Chancellor during the broadest civil war in this country, and had no good advice against Chancellor. Now Louis Brown is coming up to one and down with Kumi just to make Kumi ugly. But I don't know where Kumi is sticking on. I think. Hello. 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 Yeah. I don't know where Louis Brown coming from. We plenty talking. Louis Brown is corrupt. He was the first man in charge of government that tells pronouncing as corrupt official. That is crazy. Where he coming from with corruption? That people are suffering. When you know that Liberian people suffering, when do we go to Liberian people suffering? The Liberian people are suffering. The riding are going on. You can be passing on sharing money or somebody 20 on the street. Then you say we suffering. We say yeah, but yeah, you ain't doing nothing. You're not bringing nothing on the table. Then you say we suffering.
Thank you. Let me take another person here. Hello.
Good evening to you, Asian Baraba, Sebu Sherry.
Good evening.
Okay, that Arab blessing, I will give you more.
Inshallah.
Barasegu, my name is Mohammed Kane, and I speak to you on 2016. We served the Baras Fakumende in Arabia, Simicales Conapujale. You know, I listened to you very clearly, Barasegu, when you highlight on 15K, I mean, the 70K, okay? But I want to know from you, Barasegu, they were in questions. Did you people see a photo of the Jawad on the social media?
The main picture is all around.
Okay, two. Because like they said that you put it correct because the money was in the vehicle and then the Jawad is the Jawad is for Martin Kula, okay? And then and lastly, where was Martin Kula or at the time the Jawad and pack the car? Because I think Martin Kula himself he may be questions on the money being okay? Because Martin cannot tell the security settle that where you put that money here or where the money was here. He said anything about it. Jail what you say, I think I 100% agree with you. Martin Kula himself, you be questions on our money being because I want to know how much was the money in the plastic or how much or how much for the money in the bag. You see me? So that's my point. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Let me take another person. The lines are just bustling tonight, and I'm going to give you the time to express yourself. Hello? But mind you, the people are right to have the rally tomorrow. And if all is done, we will carry the programs live. Hello? Hello? Yeah, go ahead.
How you doing, my brother?
Go ahead.
Thank you. This is Gal, and I'm calling away. Let me appreciate your effort this evening for being on the show to inform the Liberian people and give them the necessary information needed. Thank you very much for the talking point on discussion. The Liberian people go up between people that they say, how you will say you organizing protest, you say people suffering. If you get 70,000, without 70,000, you know how many people lie in the streets? But God beating the people, go there more for them before I go to things that so you will see the profession and the people who care about go and pray. Want to come for them. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you. This other person on the line here. Hello. Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Be audible, please.
I think this is Abu calling for 24th Street.
Abu, go ahead.
Yeah, the department for the blind is about a moment of civil. The people keep to be mockery all yesterday.
Where?
Are you telling me? So, from moment the brother call it package. They tell oh my God, they will find will be such a people with the blind people or the couple people who set up people all who get such a people who teacher. They get 70,000 radical against California bill. How they going to say on? They're going to make phone on? What mean for we can in this country? You can just.
Thank you. Okay, let me take another person. Hello.
Good evening, Sego.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your talking point. My name is Charles B. Kelly, and I do join you from District 17 to be precise, Broadway, Paracono, G4 community. Sego, I want to say this. If it is established, but it is true that that driver of Martin C. Kula took away with some huge amount of money, in my words, I want to be clear that he deserves it.
How the man go to the people money saying deserve it?
What do I say so? If he follow the caution of the protest, the need of the protest, it says that we tire suffering rally. It means that it speaks volume of that brother. He's also tired suffering. This was the reason why he took away such money to improve his life. You cannot call for with tired suffering rally and you got people who are forming part of the rally are suffering. It means it speaks volume that the message, is there on the contrary.
Okay, thank you. This person. Hello. Oh, too bad. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Alfred Barney. First time calling on this show.
Let's hear you.
But what impressed me was when Mr. Brown said that tomorrow what the government has not given the people, they are going to give it to them. And he mentioned water, ambulances, and all of that. So does he want to tell me that you have to gather people somewhere and harm them before you can use ambulance to carry them to where they need to go? That's a deceit. That is unfair to the people. Why not use ambulances to help the people now, then to gather them to a place, if they all will get there, and then you say using that and give them water. With 70,000, all the money you have, I'm telling you, let the people start fooling our people. And let us be very critical in our thinking. We need to understand that these people are very deceitful, and it's just a game, look at game for themselves. I mean, that is so bad. I would encourage no Liberian to go to such a thing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Hello? Hello? Okay, let me take another person here. Good evening. Good evening. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sego. I'm Lawrence Spencer, and I'm Johnson here, usual.
Hey, my brother, not join me. Let's hear you, brother.
Mama will say that tomorrow, yeah, but I'll say no more around.
But we'll be there. We'll provide the courage.
Yes, Sego. You know, it's true the commentator suffer, Jedi. I mean, he cannot survive the judgment or all suffering too. Yeah.
But
they come
Mama,
out
why you
of
can get all
body.
the relevant information? So Ambassador Louis Brown say women are doing things that they are not to do. They are doing it against their will. So that the first time happening in Liberia.
No, Sekou, but it's unprecedented.
Oh, okay.
You know, the level, the rate, you know, yeah. But Sekou, on a more serious note, right? So one of the guys tried to play politics, for example, on the net talking about Amules. I mean, the play will be so crowded that, you know, some people who have that strong resistance, right? So it's possible that some people will fall off and you have to just take it on them. But now that we carry people to harm them. So it's just a preventive measures for some of those brothers or sisters that do not have strong resistance. Because I play, you'll be shot tomorrow.
We'll be there.
Will be packed to capacity. People discussing 7,000.
7,000 is 70.
Yeah, 70.
But Mama, how you be a group that organizing with tire suffering and you're playing with 70? Look, you take out 70,000 cash and give it to someone, one person.
But I say, that is people you have money. Oh, you have money to be real.
No, Mama, we got to talk about. But you government in waiting now. And you can be calling Mr. Cummings the next president, and say His Excellency President Cummings.
Of course, but the power, the method of the money now, I mean, investigation is not going. We can't do more than that. So we pray that the brother be arrested. I mean, we're not harming, we're not carrying to jail. We just retrieve the money for the greater good of everybody in the party. It's party money.
So
you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Y'all go see the man. Even you go see that man. If that's true, y'all will see 70,000 of that man. Y'all already beat the people some free, but 70K. That boy was heavy. Yeah, it's interesting though. Let's take more calls tonight on the program, and this is what we need to do. Let us have discussion, disagree and agree. Let's take this person. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. This is Steve Nangwe Poland.
Okay.
Popular known as Chief Protocol. I just want to tell Martin Kula that he's not fair. So let him tell his brother-in-law to bring the Liberian people money back.
The man are brother-in-law?
It's a brother-in-law.
My man, another thing you say the man is the man brother-in-law?
Let it bring the people money back. Let the people be free and fair to do what they want to do tomorrow. And then he stop saying that the government is responsible and all that stuff.
Okay,
thank you. Mr. Cummings, and you have to be fair to Mr. Louis Brown. Let it bring the money back.
Okay, thank you. My man, the other man, I can bring another thing. It may say that the man, brother-in-law. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm the one zero this call calling for Barrel Business as Faith Community. Yeah, concerning the money issue where these people talking about fiscal rally, facility to Labento suffering. You see, this money, actually, that money was given to that individual. He knew about it that this money was not people rally, that's why he stole that money. So intentionally, let me tell you one thing, that money was, that 70,000 was to pay people to disturb the peace process.
No.
We are 2023.
No.
So not for
it's not what the people say.
No, it didn't say that, but we know. We the Labrambo, we know. And the guy for no, but even if we could take it also too. Because we don't want to disturb people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello. Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my take on the program is that you're talking about someone having 70,000 in cash. It's possible. And it's possible that someone can take 70,000 because money is tempting. Are we yes, personally calling you? If even I be a driver, I see 70,000 and get a chance, I can take it and wait. Two, they bought 50,000. Everybody here, Ryan, say, yeah, that's true. We said our politics. They say no. True thing. They man, so we are getting 10 years scholarship. Nobody said our fault. But someone will take 50,000 and go along with it in a bush and someone will find it. So that one was the true too. It was possible that someone take 50,000 and pass it around in bag to carry. You know, so that's talking about politics, we should look at it from all sides. It's possible that someone take 50 because you don't trust you had a rumor this day that LBDR people took room, they're not paying. So people will be afraid to carry their money to the banks. How we are going to get money to banks this time? Because the rumors are okay. We hear from the general banks.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, it's possible. Thank you very much. Let's take another person on the line tonight on the program. Okay. Let me take this person. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Yeah, we just calling for Lokinta. The people who talk all the money, all against share with us. I tell you that all the money that you stole, they so share with all when you say, oh, I'm children. And on the way tomorrow, they wait for 2023. I did wait time for the election. They all go to the ballot. But what they coming on the say tomorrow for the two?
Okay. Thank you.
The machine, that's on the day. Or when they go mad, they'll be sorry to own a machine too. The man tomorrow get a place to go around, see how way tomorrow. That blue bug and what and if you join transportation to go to see. They can't let them all leave. They wait for me to pass through.
You looking big, you're not going to feel.
Yo, I'm very fast. I want to know how much me say. I hold their fire, all on them for let look for play for.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Sekou.
Let's hear you. This is DJ Lomaz, eh?
Thank you for recognition, my brother. Look, we are not stupid in this place here. Nobody's stupid here. Let it give out the total amount of that money that got missing. Don't be surprised that driver maybe may come on and tell you, say, oh, that only 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever it is, 70,000. The Martin Cooler gets 70,000 in car all day long and moving along to do what we say to pay people. Pay who the people? People that want to protest or people that want for the peaceful rally?
Maybe they will buy new ambulance because you can't even you taking ambulance service for a day. You can't spend more than 5,000 if you want 5 different ambulances.
But man, look, we are not stupid here. Let it come up with different rhetoric. That is the complete rhetoric. And the whole thing I told you yesterday is that they are to show that Cummings can put up people or Cummings are people. They want to show to the world that Cummings can put up men.
But even the Lomas, even if they want to do it, what they buy in there?
I don't know.
Rare.
I don't know. And it's right now, Martin Kula, that then call our stigma on you. You say you want to run for district we need to investigate you if it is true that our money got missing. You need to go on an investigation by this time, my brother. So later, my brother.
All right, DJ Lomas. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Sekou.
Good evening, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you ever so much, Sekou. This is Gio Batege Blamo, and one of the fire revolutionary son of this great thing.
Go ahead,
and I call you from my new Tomo Parish community.
Go ahead, my brother.
Sekou.
Yeah.
Mama, let me appreciate you, Sekou. Sekou, and that's why you see always time I can tell people you are one of the best children in the Republic of Liberia. And that's why today, if today God will say to the judgment day, you'll be one of the children that will go to heaven with our investigation.
Wow.
Because you are a panel journalist. You discuss the issue very, very clear. Sekou, a $70,000 United States dollars were placed in car to do what? What was the intention? If you are saying people are suffering, you want to petition the government, what you tell me 7,000 to do?
70K.
It brought a fear to me just now. And I get to know, I said, well, I hold the cards and I offer different things. And that's why I like how you deal with Louis Bank. Sekou Louis Bank is one of the men that I don't like to hear his voice.
For what? The man has the right to speak.
At the time Louis Bank was taking care of the Honor 13, the national Honor 13 team. Louis Bank denied my brother a plea for Honor 13 only because he took money from one player at the time.
I mean, I want an allegation there.
So Sekou, when they name Louis Bank, it's not a clear name. So when they say those who pre-equity will come with clean hair. Today we are hearing Louis Bank. When you were in America as an ambassador, how many persons he had? Today he got money. How many companies he got? How many people working? How many people he gets scholarship?
But being in America is not helping Euro. Where you ambassador?
Sekou, I'm saying when you are somewhere, you should start doing something first. You my brother. My brother is friend. You did not reach the peak yet. But sometimes when I see you, you know what's up. That's why they call brother because we keep for a child. We don't talk about people today. People will come and say that and Sekou, and that's why God will keep exposing the people. And lastly, Sekou, we want the security to be intact. They saw, I think God already exposed the people. Everybody should be there and not watch the people with our eyes. Thank you ever so much, Sekou. Long live your station. Long live the people of Liberia.
Thank you, my brother. Let's take another person. Hello.
Sekou Sherry, good evening.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Thank you for having me. Sekou, I'm Andrew Moses, and I do join your conversation this evening from a resident in District 13. You know, Sekou, let me first thank you for your better analysis on this issue. But nobody's stupid here. So Martin Kula want us to believe that he has 70,000 in his vehicle and it was taken away. 70,000 United States dollars. Martin Kula really want for us to believe.
Martin Kula now call you.
Martin Kula, a some man like me will believe that Martin Kula took 70,000 United States dollars and put it in a vehicle. The people should stop this in Americans. You cannot continue to lie to the people. That is why we have consistently told the Liberian people to not take Mr. Kumi serious. So you can remember during the coronavirus period, Mr. Kumi said he gave 150,000 to the Kumi Foundation, and he was going to extend the Liberian people on that money. Up to now, we can't get any comprehensive report from Mr. Kumi and the foundation. It's just like you are taking money from your front pocket, putting it in your back pocket. If you can continue to be honest. If you can't help the people, don't harm them. That's what Mr. Kumi and the ANC want to do to Liberian people, but Liberians are very smart enough.
Thank you. Let me take another person. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, brother. Oh, thank you very much. This is my first time calling you. I call you from a District 6 resident, Single Village. I'm Sejeda Gamu. You know, I actually like your show. Okay. Mostly I used to listen to Spoon, but you know, these days journalists, they are not actually treating you the Liberian fair because based on your factual information you give, even if you don't like the person, you like the person. And you're telling the Liberian people to stay away from Georgia, it's not good. Why are these people that are coming out, they're still pushing this message? Why are they telling us that we should follow them? Everything is just, you see the example? The leadership is on call. You don't force things out of the way, especially when it comes to leadership. Be patient, your time will come. You see the fake now of these people now, so soon. You see the people fake, so now we are not politicians, but go and also listen to people actually here and there. Who will make different money, but they are still several people.
Okay, thank you.
You don't have headache.
Okay,
the people are fake. They are far from what they are saying. They telling you myself in that they are far from it.
Okay, thank you. We're going to take two more calls. Hello.
Hello.
Too bad. Hello. Oh, we can't continue with you. We'll take this other person. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Let's hear you.
Yes, my name is Bosan Augusta Mester, and I call you from Jimicaro. Yeah, Brother Shego, thank you for the show. Thank you for accepting the call on the show. I want to say this. If this information is actually true of Sheku, then the caption of the guys are rally tomorrow. It means that our brother Senior G something will stop. Something will stop, my brother, because housing is not small money. So even 15,000 can start, you know, good luck for him and his family too. Or jokingly, let me put it this way: a brother took his Daniel.
Okay, thank you, my brother. We don't have luxury of time. Hello.
Yeah, good thing. Anyway, I'm calling from Broadway.
Go ahead.
Okay, on the issue on the discussion, we have been listening to the news from the radio board, and we are some of the sooner head towards this program, and we are having mass gathering to have a return march to Momo on the SKD.
Okay.
But such information we are listening to now, they are being breaking us down. So we don't have enough information that people are sharing to us. And because all of those people who have to fill up with this information, they are not filling up with it. We only turn on the radio and we decide to listen to it. So people of district number 17, they are gathered already to talk the street and to be on that program, but we're not giving no information. So those people who are the head, let them please reach out to district number 17 if they are listening to us. We are the zonal heads of district number 17. We're not getting any information if this program will hold or not, because such information.
Oh, my man, you hear the thing people said today? They say the state, the asking on the if it will hold or not.
We are trying to say that those information that we are gathering and no, and the leadership have not reached to us yet. So we don't know what yet. So we are only hearing it from radio. So if they are listening to the sound of my voice, let them make sure and call the district number 17 sooner heads and make sure let them be on top of things. Or else tomorrow we'll just be all of the show. Yeah, because we're not getting no information from them.
Okay.
So that's what I have to say.
You got your own t-shirt now?
We have not getting any supply, nothing.
Okay, thank you. Let me hold all the calls. I want to say something before I can go and tell you about the best internet in Liberia. Listen, there are a few things that came to mind today. When we went at the at ANC area for the press conference, we noticed they were sharing t-shirts. Sharing t-shirts is not anything bad. All political institutions can do it. They can share t-shirts when they're doing that. But the rally is saying something and something different we saw on the t-shirt today. The people are saying Liberians are tired of suffering. On the t-shirt we saw today, I don't know if that's how all the t-shirts are. It is the picture of Mr. Alexander Cummings. What that portrays. How can citizens be suffering and you did not include any of their symbol or pictures to give a clear picture of how they are suffering? And you pulled the political leader of ANC. On the t-shirts we saw today, they were all the pictures of Alexander Cummings. You could not see any other pictures or to say, oh, this is it, and to portray that this is what, as soon as you see the t-shirt, you will know this is what we're trying to say, and you can see the people, and Mr. Cummings said the people are the face of the rally. How would the people be at the face of the rally? Their pictures are not on the t-shirts. Your picture on the t-shirts. I hope this whole thing is not political bluff or something else. But let me say this to you before we go home. We're not taking calls again. Maybe tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow we're going to provide full coverage of what's going to be happening. But if we will have it on the radio when we conclude the discussion, and that is being paid for, we will take our OSA broadcast equipment there. We have the best OSA broadcast equipment that we can broadcast for any part of Liberia. If you want our service, our doors are open to all political parties, all institutions, churches, mosques, whatsoever. Any program you have, we can come there and have it live on the radio, and it's going to be crystal clear. No breaking, no shaking. That is how it is. So we just want to say so, but we'll provide a coverage. We'll be there tomorrow. We'll be live on our television. But only if we conclude the arrangement, we will take our OSA broadcast equipment there and we'll bring you the live speeches on the radio. It will be live on our radio, on our online radio, and on our television, right? And that's how we're going to do it. But let me say something before I leave you. The best internet service in Liberia, I want to recommend to you. Those of you in search of the best internet service, you want an internet service where you don't have a break-in, you want to have a very good work you want to do with internet, and you don't want to have any problems, I recommend to you tonight, inform someone to inform another person that the best internet company in Liberia is Telecel. You can go and do business with Telecel, and you will not regret to do business with Telecel. They are the best internet service. When you say something that you want to say, who used it before? we are all living testimonies of what they can do and how they are the best internet service in Liberia. This is a message, and we are happy to be proudly associated with them.
Fast and affordable internet? Telecel Liberia is here to provide all